You remember that time during the World Cup when I was consistently shouting at you guys on the camera, I'm sorry you are the ones on the receiving end, about how Fred was consistently playing for Brazil despite the fact that he was god-awful in that tournament. God-awful. Well, according to a shocking expose that came out in a Brazilian newspaper, Estadão, this is not factual, I don't think, at the moment, but according to their resources and people coming in to vouch for this, that Brazil may have actually been paid to place certain players. So I'll read you what is actually coming out of the article. According to the paper, ISE, who are a major advertising marketing firm, signed a contract in 2006, and since the deal's renewal in 2011, has given powers of player call-ups to Cayman Islands based on a Cayman Islands-based company, and it's based on who they want to play, which is something that is so shocking to me. If it is actually true, if I was Brazilian fans, especially with the turmoil that they faced in the last World Cup, I would be furious. But we can only take what we've heard so far. So, according to the paper and its holders stipulated, a certain group of A-team players, how Fred is considered an A-team player, I will never know if he is one of them involved. They must feature in all international competitions, and that any potential substitutes must meet a certain marketable standard. What on earth does that even mean? Does that mean that you cannot play someone who is not of the same flashness level, I just made up that word, as Neymar? Or can you not play someone who's a little bit more boring, who's going to be more vital to the team in the long run, but not exactly draws in the numbers and the viewers as someone like a Neymar? That is just, it's disgusting if it is true, because you must feel so disgruntled if you're a fan of Brazil who just witnessed your team go out of the World Cup in disgraceful fashion to a team like Germany who destroyed them, and you've got guys like Fred leading your line. And I'm putting all this on Fred. He might have just been one of Scolari's choices in there. You never know. Scolari as well will also be someone who has to come down and answer to this if it is true. This is ESPN ran this article as well, and as I said, it's based on an expose that was released in Brazil saying that this is why certain players were playing in the team. So any charges to list shall be communicated in writing to ISE and confirmed by mutual accord. The paper reports that the contract in the case of the CBF, the Brazilian Foundation, will endeavour to substitute new players of a similar level in relation to marketing value, technical ability and reputation. So not only are these players being based on how they would fit into this team as a whole, they're actually decided upon in which case they could help promote Brazil as a whole outside of football and just as a form of revenue when you look at it. So I want to know what you guys think if this is true. Do you think it's shocking? Do you think something has to be done? Do you think the Brazilian national team, that everyone involved behind the scenes has to answer a lot of questions, especially of the fans who had to watch their team in the recent World Cup? And what's this going to mean for the upcoming Copa America tournament? We've just seen someone, as a report, Oscar is actually out through injury. So what will it mean bringing in a replacement for him? Does it have to be someone that meets the same standard as him in terms of a marketing value, someone who could be sold out into the world of Brazilian football? Who knows? Leave your comments in the section below. Also, we'll give you a side note. Some people are asking in the comment section, are we covering Copa America? Absolutely. We're covering the Copa America. It's got all the best teams who performed, for me, aesthetically in the World Cup, in the one competition. Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil. We don't have Germany, of course, but we've got many teams in there. Mexico as well. Can't leave them out. Stay tuned for that. Come back and subscribe to TYT Sports.